I want to talk about HR departments.
Oh,
Human resources, ladies and gentlemen.
the rules of the entire world that everybody should already know.
So, before I comment on, let's just say what I think HR is or if it's good or bad, for the people at home, I want to let you know I've been in a corporation big enough to have an HR department. I've been a higher up in a business without an HR department, but we've contemplated getting one or not or remaining without. And a lot of people will go, HR is really not there for the employees. It's there just to safeguard the business from getting sued. And I think more often than not, that's the case.
Yeah, because now you have legitimate paperwork. We told you not to do this.
But when it comes to HR, I can tell you this. Coming from a relatively, big company that didn't have one, when the prospect of an HR department was presented, when it gets into the air that maybe an HR department is starting, that maybe a position will be available, let me tell you, every other employee wants to be considered to head up the HR department. Everybody wants a shot at being HR. Do you know why that is? Do you know why people want to be HR? Do you think it's because they care about people?
No, not even close.
Do you think it's because they think they're going to make rational and fair decisions?
No, I believe it's a self-righteous thing. Like, oh, well, I can tell people not to go ahead and sexually harass other people. Like, that's the no-brainer.
90% of people who want to be the HR department head are women. And I'm telling you, they want to be the first one in on the gossip. That is what it is. They're like, this is the position to get the juiciest gossip.
Are you telling me that Keith actually came over and hit on you? What did he say? Let me put my thumb up your butthole. Oh, well.
If you're a gossip fiend, an HR position is like crack cocaine. If you're the type of person who watches Keeping Up with the Kardashians 6 hours a day, HR has your name on it.
Oh, God, I can only imagine the things that you would hear.
But yeah, they're like, oh, can I be HR? I care about the people.
Do you now?
No, that bitch over in accounting, Sheila, that you don't like, you want to know her dirt. That's why you want to be HR. Don't play with me.
Oh, Sheila came in to work drunk. That's crazy. Well, you know what? I need to probably talk to her about that.
And then you get the added benefit of talking down, right? You get the gossip, and then you get to come in on your high horse. You're getting all your vices.
It's just mainlining that gossip. I mean, you're not wrong on that, because like I've thought about that for years. Like, I thought I could be a great HR person because I've been that other person.
Right. I actually think you would be a pretty decent HR guy.
Yeah, because I'd get both sides of the story. Like, are you just blowing this up to blow this up, or or is there some shit that's going on? Because I don't give a if there's shit going on, boots and assholes are getting met.
Well, I don't personally find you to be a drama addict.
Oh no,
but I think 90% of people who want to be HR are drama addicts.
Yeah, because again, it's just like fucking tying up that shit, just fucking. And
you don't even have to have any of the responsibility, like of a manager or of an owner who might be liable. HR, it's just like shits and giggles. You get to just
arbitrarily enforce rules, because like when you're hot, HR doesn't exist. If you're ugly, like if you come in and you're, and you walk up to a female employee, you're like, hey, and they're like, oh, that's so nice. If you look like me, it's like, oh, you're gonna wear my skin if I don't say something to somebody.
It's so unfair the way that looks can dictate whether something is sexually inappropriate or not. It's so unfair.
Oh my God. Remember that one inmate? He got put in jail. I can't remember what it was for. I think it was like beating a woman to death or something.
The one who became a model?
Bingo.
Yeah.
Dude, he got a modeling career off a mugshot.
Yeah.
That is getting hit by lightning while riding a unicorn, fisting a black leprechaun. It's just incredibly unlikely.
Very unlikely, but very fortunate for him.
For him, all the other inmates in there just sitting like, this is bullshit.
Yeah. Man, looks. Why are looks so damn important? I really wish they weren't, honestly.
Well, I mean, it's the first sense. It's
Yeah.
I can see.
Yeah. You know, some people theorize that there's no, like, no one's actually ugly that didn't choose to be so. Some people believe that faces are an actual correspondent to the mental. And so, like, if you have an ugly face or an ugly body, you're simply mentally ugly.
See, I'd believe that, but, you know, Steve Jobs was kind of built like an old man ever since he was young.
Yeah,
But, like, people loved him.
that's true. Dude, one of the coolest photos I've ever seen to this day is Steve Jobs when he was near, you know, the last months or weeks of his life. There's this video taken of him standing out by a car, and he's deathly skinny, you know, almost like a skeleton, and he's wearing this black attire, and he looks like a fucking warlock. I mean, he might be on his deathbed, but he looks badass as hell. Like, this is a necromancer, a level 99 necromancer you're fucking with right now.
Dude, don't go back and look at the pictures of David Bowie before he passed. You'll believe that he's actually in a crypt somewhere raising the dead.
Yeah, maybe he is. Maybe Jobs is too.
I mean, he's the one doing the Frankenstein, and the other one's doing the, like, singing them up and shit.
Yeah, he's still in the phone. He's living through.
I would actually believe that. Steve Jobs is probably an AI somewhere.
Remember when the 4S came out? It was called 4 Steve. Apple was like the 4S, 4 Steve.
The sports edition Steve.
But truly, since he's passed, the innovation at Apple down.
Yeah, that's why Samsung's gotten so popular.
Like, they still make a good product, but they don't do anything risky anymore. It's like, here's the same product for the 30th time.
Yes, but we've removed things now. We've removed the headphone jack. Why would you even need that? Now you can buy earbuds for $99. We're giving you a deal.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Apple is delving into, you know, some of the philosophical aspects of minimalism. You want to make a man happy, you take away his options.
No. No, I've never once walked into a restaurant and been like, there's only one thing on the menu.
Yeah.
And it's kind of mid.
Well, you know the old quote, you give a man 99 choices, you give him a problem. You give a man one choice, you give him happiness. You give a man no headphone jack, and then he's happy for eternity.
If you're having phone problems, I feel bad for your son. I got 99 problems and a headphone ain't one.
If Apple had made that ad, that shit would have hit. I would have respected their decision if that had been their play.
At least if at a marketing standpoint, that slaps.
Yeah. Instead, they were just like, here's an iPhone with a black and white background and a little jingle.
Well, shut up and take my money. $900 for a phone that doesn't work with the shit I already have? Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
And like the charging port's changing every year too. That's just, at a certain point, it's just going to be a brick with a rope tied to it with a no